like half a good fantasy football game because everybody's got somebody on the Patriots, usually, but like all the Patriots are going and like nobody on Buffalo is playing tonight, right? So everybody's literally just either rooting for their Patriots or like normal rooting against the Patriots. We all know how futile that is, but so really you're just rooting for your New England Patriots players, right? So
basically, yeah. So I guess while we're on that subject, so I have a 13-point deficit in my FFPC PPR league. My opponent is done. I have the New England defense, and I now have Josh Gordon, who I have to think about benching. And I actually put Chris Hogan in the starting spot right now, and wanted to get your input in that, Mo, because this is my matchup on the line. I need to get 500 in my league. So what would you do in this scenario?
I understand why you want to go with Hogan because he's got a guaranteed role in that game. He stands to benefit from Gordon's absence. Yada, yada, yada. And also, who knows if the time off the field is the only punishment that they give Gordon. Maybe they also freeze him out on the field, right? With Gordon, as much as I love him, all options are in play at all times, it seems. And that's too bad. That's too bad. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more steadiness from him. Like he could do more both on and off the field to make everybody feel better about the situation. And I don't know. But here's the thing, though. Here's the problem. Chris Hogan, we've seen, is not that good a player. Right? It's a situation. It's the opportunity, right? Yeah. But now let's look at that opportunity again. The opportunity is still pretty crowded, right? Gronk is going to be at home in Buffalo. He's healthy again. James White's been a sensation. Barner's the next man up. Edelman's back, and he's looked good. Like, you know what I mean? So it's already, the situation is great. Now Hogan's one of 6 options on the Patriots instead of not probably one of 7, right? Yeah. The reason why there's optimism for Gordon is because Gordon has a chance to be special among all those players. I don't know if Hogan has the opportunity to be special. No. So really what it comes down to is, do you think that they will punish Gordon by giving Hogan the ball?
Yes. If you're asking me what I think may happen is that because they're playing the Bills and because Gordon may not return until the second quarter or the second half, by that time, the Patriots might already have a big lead and be just kind of milking the clock. So I think if Gordon were to do his damage, it probably would have been in the first quarter or maybe the second quarter. So I'm just a little worried that I would like to have a guy who's going to be there in the first half for the Patriots. So
okay, but now you're picking the guy. Now you're picking the guy based on one quarter. You think the game's only going to be in contention for one quarter? Buffalo's got a decent defense and they're at home.
They do. This might be a 3-quarter game. So this is the dilemma.
Does that change anything?
I'm sorry?
Does that change anything for you then if it's a 3-quarter game instead of a 1-quarter game, like you said?
I mean, I just put Hogan in for Gordon. I don't know why. I feel like there's a bit of a freeze out coming. I don't know why. I also do think that this is the game they start looking at Gronk again.
I definitely expect Gronk to have a big game.
Yeah, I mean, we were definitely talking about the game scripts, and we were discussing season scripts last week, and I believe that Gronk is one of these players that they are kind of preserving for the season. What are your thoughts? I mean,
absolutely. I think he's too important to them to be hurt going into like late in the season and the playoffs. I think they don't need him now so much, right? I mean, at Buffalo, sure. Right, it's him. Like it's Gronk. Like let him have a good time, right? But I mean, we said like a couple weeks into the season that we both regretted not saying Kelsey was tight end 1 because I think we both sort of had a nagging feeling. But it's hard to say anybody other than Gronk, a healthy, active Gronk, is the best tight end in the league because when he's playing, he is, right? Maybe as a fantasy asset, Kelsey's number 1, but like Gronk is special. Right. And like at that position. And that's why it's attractive. You wouldn't just if it was, if Charles Clay's a bad example because he plays for Buffalo, but like if Jared Cook were New England's tight end and he was from Buffalo, you wouldn't suddenly be like, oh man, it's going to be a Jared Cook night. No, it's because it's Gronk that you think they can have good Gronk nights and bad Gronk nights at will. Like, it's because it's Gronk. They can't decide to make Jared Cook or anybody else have a good night. And so that's why. So, okay, with Gronk being Gronk and assuming Gronk's going to have a special night, Gronk feels like a reason to me, even forgetting your decision here, but Gronk feels like a reason to sit Hogan. But Gronk doesn't feel like a reason to sit Gordon.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
Suspension does. But the suspension does. If I had somebody else going, maybe. If I had Edelman and Gordon, I would put Edelman in for sure, right? But it's got to be Hogan, man. That sucks. Like, why has it got to be Hogan?
Yeah, I don't know. So you're telling me you would probably stick with Gordon then? It sounds like you're telling me you'd still go with Gordon because he can do the special thing.
Yeah, but that's at that point that's just philosophy. I'm no more confident in Gordon than I am in Hogan. I just I don't know, man. Honestly, maybe I feel more comfortable going down with the ship than getting off it too early. Nice. You know what I mean? Well, that's what it is. Like at least with Gordon. With Gordon, it's like, no, man, I don't want to give up on him, and then he goes off because I know that because like there's so many receivers that none of them are special. So if you have one of the guys that actually is or can be special, like, you know,
just looking at the bigger picture, then a 48-hour picture because the trade deadline is tomorrow. Any chance you think the Patriots cut Gordon and maybe bring someone else in by the deadline tomorrow? Demaryius Thomas?
I mean, I guess it's just like you never know with the Patriots, man. You never know. Like, by all accounts, the Patriots have been not raving, but like in a business-like manner, praising Gordon. Brady keeps sounding more and more excited about Gordon, and I don't know if that's an invention of the media or if that's really him. But now you have very suddenly, for the first time all season, like since joining the team, Josh Gordon starts acting up, right? Is that real or is that an invention of the media? And guess what? It's right before the trade deadline. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, the timing is weird. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just worried about starting, if I go with Gordon, going with a guy who may not play a ton. So all I need is a little bit. I don't need the guy to go off.
Is PPR, you said?
PPR, yeah. I also have the New England defense, and I'm down 13, and my opponent has nothing left.
Oh, you should be fine either way then, man. We didn't need to talk about this at all.
Man, I need to win.
Isn't Nathan Peterman starting?
You know what? I don't even know who's starting.
Dude, Nathan Peterman being like your defense.
No, Derek Anderson starting.
That's right. Oh, sorry. That's so much better. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think because either way, you're fine. You're fine. I would say though, if it mattered, if it really did matter though, I think it's 50-50, but it comes down to philosophy. And my philosophy is go with the guy who has a chance to be special, because I never feel worse than when I bet on somebody who's not great. You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know.
Yeah. You may have convinced me to put Gordon back in because you're right. The Bills do have a good defense. It's not going to be easy. So the Patriots only have 2 running backs on the roster tonight. And I do think that with Gronk being back home, they are going to look for him more because they haven't really been using him for a bunch of weeks now. So I think
but I also wouldn't be surprised if they like get him a big touchdown, get him 100 yards, and then just get him out of there.
Yeah. He'll be up at the third quarter.
He'll be the first guy to come off the field if they have a lead and it's safe, you know. But so what they'll try to do is have him be the reason why they do it. But I don't know. I just think even in garbage time, like let's say this is a blowout. There's a garbage time fourth quarter. Isn't that a good time to maybe like, hey, let's run some plays to Gordon. Let's see what he can do. Maybe he does something special, you know?
Yes. Okay. I think you convinced me. I'm going to put Gordon back in. I will do it. I will do it. But then I'm going to give you crap on Wednesday, though, if I lose by 1 point.
I mean, fine, I guess. I will take crap for saying don't start Chris Hogan and being wrong. That's
You're right.
okay.
Hogan's he's been really bad, and Gordon has been great. I mean, for his limited time, he's been there. He's been better than Hogan. So sure, that's the logic I'm going to use tonight. So
here's the theory. So the rumors out there that the Patriots are looking for a receiver, and this whole Gordon being late thing makes it think that are they going to cut Gordon and get a receiver? But like, what if that is a smokescreen, and what it really is they're going to get a receiver and drop Hogan because he sucks?
Wow, wow, that's interesting.
Right?
That's interesting.